Hello. Hi. We are waiting a few minutes until I start talking for real. Just gonna make sure everything works, stuff like that. I can hear myself, that's good. That means you can hear me as well. I'll try to keep track of the chat, but can't promise anything on that front. I think I have everything ready. Everyone from that is here is from Discord so far. Interesting. Let's find the link to my Discord. Put that up here. And we make it last forever. Hello, Sultan. Right. Think I have everything under control. And the clock has stricken 9:15 CET. Keeping track of time is on internet when in our community with all these people where we're all in different time zones. It's very, very confusing from time to time. So I try to always remember from nowadays to write CET, Central European Time. That way we can Google what time it is whenever it is. Now, so hello everyone. I was going to make a video yesterday, but that didn't happen. And then today I got a package that might save a project I've been doing. So a background story. Let's begin to take just a short tour. I've shown this before, but it's good to show that again. So I put on my rack up here like so. I have my studio desk down there, and I have all my rack equipment on top of that, again to conserve space, which is hard to come by. And I think this is a good way. If I need to tweak anything, I can just stand up and reach anything. One of my absolute favorite studios I've seen is Michael Cretu's in the 80s or 90s, where he had a wall, just a standing wall, but on the back of his studio. So if he had so far to his studio, to his rack equipment, I can just stand up. That should be good enough for me. But so I have all this equipment, and then I have my Command 8, my Pro Tools or Digi 002 is in there, and below all the 10 textile things over there is a huge digital mixing board, the Panasonic or Ramsa DA7. It's a wonderful piece of equipment that is buried for now, but I'm working on this. So what I want is all this to be routed down here to the mixing desk and or to this here. And as you can see, I already have one patch bay right there, but and so I want them all to be kind of connected, but I want to be able to, if I want to have a specific synth, I want them to have like this. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Just a simple patch bay with just one jack on the front, which I'll explain why, telling me which synth it is, and I can just plug it in to connect to that synth without having to take all these down and stuff like that. So that's the background. So I thought, why not, instead of buying these normal patch bays, which are one of the cheapest things you can buy for the studio, why don't I make one myself? Mainly because, I don't know, it always confuses me that you have 2 rows and barely no space for anything to write anything on. So that's why I made these, for that reason. So only one jack on the front, and then you have just text what it is connected to on the back. And I thought this would be great, and these would all be used in pairs. So you have one pair up there, and then one pair down at the mixing table. So you can either take out from this one when it's up in the rack, or when it's down at the mixing board, you can plug in something into that mixing channel. So just spread out mixing or patch bay, I guess. It's just, I want it to be like that, so I decided to do this. And now the trouble started. So to make a patch bay, you need, this is a 19-inch rack, and that actually is the correct size. On the back I have just another panel like this that you just connect like that with a PCB in between. Let me take a fresh pair here. So here, yeah. And then in between you have these super simple PCBs that, and then I bought jacks for this. So this also works, I want to point out. So you just snap these really nice in there, like so, and so. You maybe even don't have to solder it, but then you solder this together. I did this, and then comes the part where, and I was cocky, and I thought, what could go wrong? I looked at the data sheet, all the measurements and everything, and this one worked great. I was happy with that. But when I went to this one and we're gonna insert it here, this is what happened. So I had measured the wrong part of this probably, or I've read the data sheet wrong for some kind. So it does fit, but it doesn't fit the and the word slipped my mind, the screw thing head. so I can't screw it in place. And I bought 10 of these, so I have 10 of these. I don't know why I ordered 10. I could have just ordered 5. I didn't do that. So explaining why this is an expensive mistake or project is just the boards did cost, I think those two boards together cost $30 or $40 plus shipping on that, and they're quite heavy, so the shipping was quite expensive. But then started this whole circus. What should I do? Should I buy new ones of these, or should I just drill these up? So I didn't have one of these drills, so I had to buy one of these, and that's maybe we shouldn't have that in the equation, because this is a really good drill bit to have when working with this and want to make different size of holes. So I bought one of these, and this panel right here then is the correct size. So in this I actually can fit this in, and also on the front. So if we put this together, let's see, like so, here's the form that is supposed to be. So yeah, anyway, then came the next problem. Well, I saw that the second I bought these jacks. So I bought it all from LCSC. That's why I just put everything together, easy EDA, and then I just put 60 of these for my 20 of these boards into a shopping cart and ordered that. So, and I don't know how much that was, but that was, they're quite cheap. It's no big deal. It's just let's say just a few bucks for these. But they don't come with a nut and washer. They come like this without the nut and washer. So started to look. I talked to LCSC and said, hello, can you get me the washers for this? And they said, no, we don't do that, we just sell them as it is. So I checked out who was the manufacturer, contacted the manufacturer, and got, and of course we can deliver that. How many do you want? And I thought that, well, I could buy 60 of these, and it's probably gonna cost just as much to ship them as it would be if I bought, say, 1,000. So I asked to get 1,000 of these, because why not? I tried to find them everywhere else, and I can't find these kinds of nuts anywhere. So I thought maybe it's good to have these nuts if I ever want to. I mean, these are quite useful jacks. It's 6.5 millimeter jacks, so very useful for a lot of things. So I thought that is good to have. They cost $0.05 per piece, so that ended up costing $50, which is, yeah, fine, I guess. It's a lot of money for a few nuts and washers, but I said fine to that. She said, okay, great. Shipping on that is $40. And all right, shipping, yeah. So $90 for just the nut and washer. So I still ordered that, and that was then back ordered. This was in November somewhere. And then I came to, and then she said, oh, we can't ship these until December, end of December, beginning of January. So last week I contacted her again and asked what was happening with this. And she said, yeah, I'll have it out the door today or tomorrow. And then she contacted me. Sorry, she thought it was going to weigh 3 kilos. It ended up weighing 6.5 kilos. So shipping went up another 40. So we are now up in $130. Was it? No, 40. No, another $50. Yeah, the first was 40 and then another $50. So we're up in $140 for just washers and screws. And that package came today. So that's why today is a good day to have a live and we can see what's in this package. So I'm just going to turn this one around. I think that is the correct way to look at this. So here we have my prepped PCBs. And let me lift this 6 kilo package up here. Let's see, Harmo, if it's gold in here or what. I think it's funny how you think something in your mind and then when it comes to execution, it doesn't work out quite as well. Right, he tried to deliver it yesterday, but we had a snowstorm yesterday here that was unbelievable. So here's a note that says bad or impossible roads or something like that. So he actually couldn't come and deliver it because there was snow everywhere. There were people had just left their cars in the middle of the road. That's really weird. I was out for a while driving. Okay, 3 new box. Oh no, I understand why it's more expensive. I just accidentally opened one of the boxes here and I saw this. I believe I've gotten 1,000 jacks as well. It says PJ603 nut and washer. And it's just the jacks. Okay. So I have 1,000 of those jacks. Oh look, more jacks. That explains the additional 3 kilos. So they probably did something. They misunderstood each other. So this one then. Look, here it is. And oh yeah, I asked to send some samples as well. So here it is. Please be the correct size. But I mean, if it's not, maybe all the jacks I got is the correct size. Ah, 0.05 US dollars. Yeah, Cosmo format. Yeah, maybe I should up the game and start using 6.5 millimeter jacks instead. So this works perfect. I was really scared that they would send me the wrong nut and washer, but this actually works. So let's take the one I actually have soldered together. Like so. And this one needs to be the correct way around, or otherwise it's offset in a strange way. Like so. And there. Sorry, I can't keep up with the chat, so I'll read through in a moment. But anyway, so this means this one did not want to connect. I just find it funny how you think this is fine, this is not gonna cost too much, and I can just do it myself and save a few bucks, and that turns out to be wrong. This one's not working. What's wrong here? Is it the nut or is it the screw? Or is it me? No, I just have to live with that being like it is. So anyway, and then, so these are, here's, I think there's 16 here, so another 15 of these, and this one should be quite rigid as it is. I have made holes so I can actually put M3 screws in there and connect there and there. I realize I should at least put another 2 in there to make it good. And if I like this, I might actually just order new PCBs, because yeah, I didn't like to drill these holes. The material, I think it's Paul, you said it was fiberglass. It's horrible to. The dust is horrible. Let's look at this one as well. Where did my knife go? So I asked what kind of jack, if they had any standing jacks for 3.5 millimeter ones, and this is what they sent. Might work. Oh, they're way taller than the Donkey Kong ones, so that won't work. Okay, but it was kind of them to send a few for me to try out. Packing material. Right. That's it. Now I want to build this actually. To find the right sized. Oh, correct at the first time. 14 millimeters. What I was gonna say when I only got that, when I thought I was only gonna get 1,000 of these and not the jacks as well, was that if anyone wants to do this or a similar project with these, and you buy these kinds of connectors, let me know and I'll send you some nuts and washers. I can still do that, of course. I can send you the jacks as well. I have 1,000 of them. But yeah, first I want to see if it works for my needs. So I bought 20 of these, usually, and as I said, 60 of these. So it's just connecting them and soldering them together. Maybe I should explain how this works. I didn't explain that. So these are switching jacks or normal jacks. So when nothing is plugged in, these two are connected. I think it's these two or whatever. Two of these pins are connected together, and when you connect, put a jack in here, that connection is broken, and instead it's the connection between the pin and the jack, of course, or yeah. So what you have is, so this one is normally coupled to this one. These are, when nothing is inserted here in the front, when nothing is inserted here, these two are connected. So that's why in the back you can have an input from a synthesizer and then out to the mixer. And when I want to take that synth sound out, I just plug something in and that will be connected to the front instead, and this one will be disconnected. I could then have a similar one at the mixing desk where the input is on the lower one coming in from the synthesizer and going into the mixer, and I can plug something in on the front, connecting it to the mixer and disconnecting whatever was connected on that channel before. It's standard patchbay procedure. It's just I've disconnected this jack here, which complicates things. That's why this is a simplified patchbay. So that's, and it suits my trail of thought better, at least right now. I can change later and just buy a normal patchbay if I want to later. I'm just gonna check the chat. Oh, it's nasty to breathe. Yeah, probably. I didn't think of that even, that the fiberglass is probably not good for your lungs either, yeah. But yeah, that's probably very true. All right, I have a few here. Let's solder these together and build a patchbay. So the video I was going to do yesterday is about another project which hasn't taken as much money, I guess, but a lot of time this Christmas. And it's my tape delay efforts. But I will get back to you on that in another video, because that's a whole different set of problems I've had. But it's good. You need a few setbacks. It's good for, it's building character, I guess. That's what Calvin and Hobbes' dad always says, isn't it? That it's building character. I always, I have kids, if you didn't know, and I often think of his dad when I say, and then I say stupid things like that to my kids. I don't want to do this. It's good for you. It builds character. And then I laugh on the inside. Probably on the outside too. The T12. Is that the small one? The small handheld USB one? I've been looking at soldering irons, and the T series, the T80 and the T1. No, the T80 is the one I'm thinking of, and the T100. What's the T12? I don't know that one. But then I thought I should maybe get a bigger one. So these are T80 and T100 is smaller ones, and I should probably take a bigger one which have solder suction as well, because that's and a heat gun, not solder suction, just a heat gun, hot air gun. That's what it's called, because that's good when desoldering, which I tend to do a bit of, and also when working with SMD parts. And then I have to make a video, or I'm making a video about this tabletop. I'm very pleased with this. I painted this table in the modular, or the advent calendar that I did, and that did not turn out that great, actually. So that's why I actually put flooring on it. So hope to have that video out soon as well. I've been trying to just finish projects in the studio, and that gets the video suffers from that, because when I do stuff in the studio and workshop, I don't do videos. So that's why the advent calendar was a good format for just to get loads and loads and loads of things done in the studio. I like this though. I've made my own, in the end I have made my own patchbay. And it does already look very professional in this small section here. Just gonna check so it still fits. Yes. Quite quick to solder too. Didn't realize I had done that many. I haven't done that many. That one is not soldered. Missed the solder one. But this one has cost me at least 3 times as much as a off-the-shelf patchbay would cost me. If I only want one. Then again, if I want 10, yeah, if I want 10, then I have made a saving, and if I only make one, I've made a loss. So now I need to make 10 then. And also, if you want, I wouldn't recommend you doing this, but I'll release the Gerber files for this with the correct hole spacing or hole size on these. When I know they are correct, I can release these ones. I can release right now, but because these are correct, I just need to fix the holes on the panels. Have you, everyone who's here, have you joined the Discord yet? I put a link in the beginning of the chat, so anyone who wants to join can do that. We have quite a lot of fun discussions there. Even though we haven't spoken that much, we mostly chat. But it's very interesting discussions, and unfortunately you guys who are there have already given me way too many ideas for new projects, which is not good. I need to finish all the ones I already have. And don't be intimidated by Discord. It's actually from a, I think from a social media standpoint, that is one of the better ones. I've said this before, like one of the things I really dislike about most social platforms is that you can sit and read something, and then you're distracted, or you change page or something, and when you come back, the order of everything has changed, and then you have to, if you want to see something new, you have to go through, like half the stuff is just stuff you've already read or seen, and then you have to go through that to get to the new stuff, and you can't jump to the end because it is intertwined, old and new stuff. And I get it. It's because you're gonna stay at their site forever, watch more ads and stuff like that. But Discord, as at least as far as I'm concerned, you go into the correct channel and you read there, and it will always be in the order that it is in there. So I like that order that stays. But we're all different, I guess. Mark Zuckerberg thinks different than me. Let's see. Wait. Oh. No, this is the correct way. I was afraid I put them on the wrong way. Whatever. had to remove them all. I'm reading the comments, that's why. Yeah, aluminium would be great to make the panels out of, but I just saw the light of doing PCB panels from my previous panels, so I'm still hooked on PCB panels, and I still haven't. Well, I've tried aluminium panels. There's a really simple way of doing it. There's a front panel designer by Schrafer, I think it's called, but it is so infuriatingly expensive. So for I mean, that must be high-end stuff you want to do, and that you really want to look nice to buy those. So, and every, like when you go into their they have a special software. They've existed for ages. So when you go into their software and you just add a hole and you see the price of the panel just ticks up a few cents, and everything you do just ticks the price up. So I don't know. That doesn't happen on a PCB. The only thing that decides the price of the PCB is the size of the PCB. So. And again, I'm hoping that when I put these together, like so, here, and cut and put the nuts on here, this will, I can feel already that it is quite sturdy. And if I want to make it a bit more sturdy, I can just add a bit of hot glue on each of these here, because the underside of this one might be a bit flimsy. We'll see about that once we're done. KS GER T12. That's the one you bought, Paul, the clone ones. Because I think that's the one I've been looking at as well. One of the ones I've been looking at. And if so, how much did it cost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I ordered 20 because you can only 10, 15 or 20 I think is what you can order, and I needed 16, so I had to order that. Seven segment clone kit, no, okay. A kit, you had to build it yourself. That seems advanced, to build a soldering iron yourself. It also sounds very meta. You need a soldering iron to build the soldering iron. Well, hey, Ivana. Yeah, that's great. we're all here to make modules. Although, speaking of saving money, don't build this one. I have to build it because... No, I don't have to build it. There saw a video that's learn when to quit. And that's true, but I still want this one though. So, and this video, this build right here, this is the last step, and then we are done. Then I know if it works or not for my purposes. If it works, then I need to buy more of these anyway, so probably gonna buy new front panels and back panels as well, just to get it working and skip the hassle and the hazard of drilling in fiberglass. Using up all my solder too. Ivana, why I don't recommend... I don't know if you were here from the beginning, so this is just... This one thing I'm building here is a patchbay that just went out of hand when it came to costs and time and effort. So someone said, sounds like a giveaway a while back. If that was a reference to that, I can send you nuts and washers. That's a good idea. I could actually do a giveaway. If I get this to work, I'll give away one of these. Nuts and washers and all. I mean, I think we all have a bit of other equipment, and most other equipment does use the last board, home stretch. Most other equipment do use 6.5mm jacks. So. Right. Impersonating here, Ivana. Okay, I get it. Well, we're all named pretty weird on the internet anyway, aren't we? With our handler names. 1/4 inch 6.30. Well, yeah, but as far as I know, in Europe we just call them 6.5 millimeter jacks. I don't think we call them 6.35. That would be a hassle. At least I don't call them that. I don't know. Maybe Europeans, do you call them that? Do you call them 6.35? .5 and 6.5, that's the ones, and then 2.5, but that one's not used very much, thank God. Oh, Ed, hello Ed. Well, interesting thing to recommend. If you're into synth DIY, stuff like that, then this might be for you. I'm in this particular video, I'm doing a out of how do you say, out of character thing, building a patchbay that has nothing to do with modular right now, but just with my wall of rack mounted synths that I want to connect in a, for me, good way. And as I said, when I know this works, I'll release the Gerber files for anyone who'd want to do this, despite my warnings. Final one again. Let's get this done here. There. It's a bit flex in it, but quite hefty though. And let's connect this side. And I think it was Ed Random said that he saw an anticlimax coming, and maybe he's seen too many of my live videos, which never seems to end well. But I think, I mean, I've already tried the small PCB, these one, I've already tried them, so they work. So I think that this is just gonna work, but I've said that before. Maybe I break it now and last. Yeah, as soon as you start, I'm reading the comments again. So when we talk about millimeters versus inches, I mean, there's nothing to really. Everything becomes weird when you start thinking about which is correct and what is what. So. And last one, there. A patchbay. And okay, so I see where the problem area is, and that is right here. So this is stiff like nothing else. This really works. Doesn't need any extra strength here. But here, here's where the accident is gonna happen. So when you put something in, do you see that? Yeah. So that's not good. I actually don't really know how to solve that. Aluminium panels, I know, but except for aluminium panels, how would you solve that? But I guess you need to push pretty hard to break it though. It's probably not. Yeah. I'm already thinking you could just like make another one of these, but just this part here, and you just put it there. Make sure you have these holes, and you put it there, and just a piece of just a notch up there and down there, and a piece of a solder pad on each place, and you just solder that in place, and that would make this whole structure more rigid. I've made a patchbay. Okay. So I've made an explaining text right here to explain what happens when you connect this. So that's an error that is actually on the inside. So I'm gonna have that in mind when I make the other one. Otherwise, I'm quite pleased. Let's see if I can get it in the rack. And it's upside down. Sorry. So as you can see, I'm still connecting things here. So it's not really connected. Smiley connection. I love smileys. Have a small collection of that. That still hasn't found a place in this new studio though. let's take down this placeholder. So the thought is that even if I don't connect all my synths to the mixing board, I can still just, so I probably would just install the synths that I use most of the time, and then the other ones I can just patch in whenever I feel like it. Looking good. Then of course I have to check so this works with, it's probably gonna work with effects units as well. The 2 first units here are effects, actually the 3 first units are effects, but that would probably work as well. So yeah, so it's not as sturdy as the one I have there. Let me just get some cables. Ghost patch here. Yeah, it works. Maybe I add the other 2 screws as well. Those holes could be a bit more out to the edge as well. And now I haven't written any of these things I've said down. I just have to remember that. Anyway, let's see. So let's see if we can get any, like this. This is gonna take a lot of, because then we need to fold this down just to get a synth in here, but let's do that. And this one is the worst to fold down because I don't have the security ropes connected to that one. If I'm well prepared and quick about it, I should be able to do this anyway. I have to find out which power cable I should connect. Always a work in progress. And power. There should be something connected, I think. Oh look, there's loads connected. We have the TX81Z, the K1R, then the Kawai K4R, those are on. Wait, let's boot up the computer. And a patch cable, that should work. Do we want stereo? We want stereo. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so now you'll see how I have to do this. Maybe we can make this an even more expensive experience if I drop this. Let's try not to do that. So this is how this works. I fold this down. That one. Of course, that one is routed the wrong way. Like so. And what should happen is that here there should be, there is, on the other two, there's just a safety belt of sorts that connects. And this one goes there and goes up there. There. So usually I can let go of this one to do stuff like that. But today, because I don't have that connected, I can't do that. And now you are starting to act up. There. Now then. Well, I lost it. See, this is not rehearsed. This is what you get when you ask me to show things that I haven't rehearsed. Not that the other thing was rehearsed either. So here's another ongoing project. I finally got this one working. So that might not help though. Yes, it might. This is the cable we want. Now you get to see my trial and error here. So I accidentally locked the cable in place here. There. This is much easier when you have the safety belt. So, anyway. Now let's connect this one, and we connect that to those two last channels. There. And we need some long cables. I only have short cables here. Nope, I have one long. So, someone look up on the internet how you get the demo song working on the K1R. Because I don't think I have MIDI that I can plug in today. So, taking the K1 there and into my external input. Let's see, maybe system. Nope. Hey, Simon, didn't see you there. Anyone find how to start the demo of the K1R? No? I'll look it up then. Kawaii K1R demo. And I do not want to YouTube video of that. Demo song. Maybe it doesn't have one. Right. Pick the only one that doesn't seem to have a demo. Does this one have one? Or we take the cables. Gotta love them. So I have a MIDI cable. Does that help? No, because it's too short. I'm sorry, I can't show this. Sorry. So at random, I guess you get your little anticlimax there. Or I continue to try to patch something to get this MIDI cable out of this knot here. Wonderful little loop it did there. This one has MIDI out. I'm making tape loops and recording from tape. Look. We might actually I might actually pull this off. There. Give me power. Not this one. White one. That one. Not this one. Wrong kind. Here's a life hack. Keep all your cables in old toilet paper rolls. Keeps them tidy. So at least something is tidy in here. And it's too short. Does this one work? Yes, I have power here. And we should have some MIDI. Transmit, receive channel 1. And we have MIDI channel 1. Should I open it up one more time? Is it really... You have no faith in me, still waiting for smoke. Yeah. See, this is why you have post-production of videos. Imagine if every video was like this. It would be horrible entertainment. Until it smokes. I know. Yeah, that's true. Right. Why are you here? Give me my MIDI cable. So there's the MIDI cable. Let's put that into the directly into that one. And we get more and more power cables hanging here. Come on. Should have picked another rack to hang it in. I already had a placeholder in this rack, so I should have taken one of the other ones. And MIDI out. And we have signal. Now we just need to have sound. Is this the anticlimax? No sound. I have MIDI in. It's connected. Do I dare to listen? There's sound. In. Darn it. Ah, okay. Horrible. Yes, I have sound. Through the patchbay. No anticlimax. Let's... how can I just show that the braking function works? I can't show that because I don't have any other way of showing that. I do actually. I can plug this, so we can pretend that this one is connected this is now connected as it should be, directly to the mixer, and then I take another long cable. I don't need to do that. I'll just show that when I plug this in, I break it. And now I have the signal from the Kawaii synth in here, and I can plug this into anything. It worked, great. I was a bit scared there for a while. Yeah, so oh, hey, thanks Simon, that's really kind. I'll put the order in from Tuman, I guess. At random climax, yes. I managed to finish a live on a high note. Hey, that's not usual. Well, it's always on a high note, but it's a success instead of a failure, which is more common, even though it's a high note failure, and today it's a high note success. So anyway, this was fun. Thanks everyone for checking in. And yeah, I'll have to go through the live chat. Sorry if I missed any questions, stuff like that. Just ask in the comments and I'll get back to you on those. Or get on the Discord, why don't you, and talk to me there. And so that's gonna be fun. Well, Simon is here. He has a Discord as well, and if you really like, we're all here making instruments because we want to make music, and there's a January that a lot of people have that, but go over to the Magpie Parrots Discord server as well and look at the January. I did that last year and I haven't done that this year. I need to make at least one jam, I think. I mean, it is January, so that has to be done. So please share that both on my server under Share Your Music and also on his server, where there's a lot of more people and really nice place to be. So shout out to him as well. So you get your 59 krona worth, Simon. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Bye. And then rolling away slowly, trying to find the stop button.